Egg curry is tonight's dinner. Welcome to Veggie Karma. This is where we show you how to make easy, tasty vegetarian recipes at home. But since today is our first YouTube video, we're going to be making eggs so they satisfy everyone. Let's get started. Now, of course, to make egg curry, we need eggs. Here we have 5 hard-boiled eggs, about 10 to 12 minutes in the water. Make sure to add in your eggs before the water starts to boil, or else they will crack. Along with that, we need 2 diced onions and 2 diced tomatoes. Now on to our spices. 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and salt to taste. Along with that, we're going to need 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Now on to our dry spices. First, we're going to need 1 green chili slit, 3 cardamoms, 1 clove, 1 black cardamom, 1 cinnamon stick, 1 bay leaf, and this is fenugreek leaves. This is just an additional ingredient. You don't need to have those. But we do need 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Now we're going to keep aside a little bit of red chili, some turmeric, and some salt just for something else. Now we're going to pour some oil into a pot, which is over medium flame. And then we're going to wait for it to heat up. Once it has, it'll be time to add in our dry spices. Everything except for the fenugreek leaves will go in. So the cumin seeds will go in first, then the cinnamon stick, then the bay leaf, the 3 green cardamoms, the clove, the black cardamom, and, of course, our green chili. So everything except for the fenugreek leaves. And after a few minutes of pitter-patter and toasting, it's going to be time to add in our next ingredient, which is onions. Now, with the onions, we have to make sure they turn translucent or transparent before we add in the next ingredient. Give it a light stir, and after a few minutes, it'll be time to add in our ginger garlic paste. Make sure you're careful. The ginger garlic paste has moisture, so it will react with the oil. Put it to the side first, and give it a light mix on its own, and then you can incorporate it with the onions. Now we gotta wait for the onions to brown, which will take about 8 minutes, and it'll look like this. The moment it has reached this stage, you can give it a quick stir again, wait for all the oil to get incorporated in. Now, crucial step, reduce the flame to sim, from medium to sim, so we can add in our spices, which is of course the red chili, the coriander, and the turmeric. Give it a nice mix. If we hadn't reduced the flame, these spices would have burnt. Along with these spices, you can incorporate a little bit of water with the mixture. This is going to help mix in the spices and the onion really well. After about 5 minutes, it's going to start to release a little bit of oil, and now we know it's going to be time to add in our tomatoes. With the tomatoes, we're looking for a jam-like consistency, so it's going to take a little bit of a while to get there. Immediately after adding the tomatoes, we want to add in salt. We're adding about 2 teaspoons. You can change the amount of salt later, but make sure to add in a little bit here, so the tomato release their moisture and help us to get to that jam-like consistency that we're looking for. And again, give it a quick mix. Add a little bit of water as you go so it doesn't get dry, and let it simmer. After about 5 minutes of simmering, it's going to be time to add in our fenugreek leaves. Again, this is an additional ingredient, but it gives a really great aroma. So if you're able to get your hands on this, please do use it. And again, give it a quick mix. After you do, add in a little bit of water again and let it simmer for about 2 more minutes. Once that has happened, we're going to add 1 yolk from 1 egg just to give this curry a really nice base. Make sure to add in a little bit of water and make sure to mix in the yolk really well with the vegetables. Now this is where you get to choose your consistency. If you're going to eat this curry with rice, you can add in more water. If you're going to be eating it with roti or Indian flatbread, you can add less water. And you can decide whether you want it more gravy-like or a little bit more dry. So you get to choose here. Make sure to mix in the water and the yolk really well so you have a really nice base to work with. After you've put in the desired amount of water, you're going to let this simmer for about 5 more minutes and it'll be ready. Now is the time to prep our eggs. We're going to take a pan and heat it up. To prep our eggs, we're just going to take each and every one of them, and by using a fork, we're going to poke holes in them because we're going to be making a little concoction of the spices that we had kept aside so they can fill up the egg and actually give each and every egg a really nice flavor and not just the curry. Once this pan is heated up, we're going to add a few tablespoons of oil. Once the oil heats up, we're going to sear our eggs. Make sure to add in the spices that we had kept separate in the beginning and give the eggs a really nice coating. It's only going to take a few minutes for these eggs to cook and build a really nice crisp layer. After they're cooked, keep them separate and cut them. Now is it time to assemble our dish. So take out any serving bowl, pour in the curry carefully, drop in the pieces of eggs that we have, and in the end, garnish with coriander leaves. Very, very important in any type of cooking is the looks. This will give a beautiful look and flavor. This is it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Veggie Karma. Bye-bye.